Hi boys and girls. This past year, I reached over 1,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you to everyone who tunes in and watches and supports. And now I'd like to share a famous little Christmas story. You may have heard this one before. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shop, no projects were being worked on. Things had come to a stop. The parts washer was filthy, but clean parts looked stunning, and hoped that all cars soon would be running. This car guy was nestled all snug in my bed, while visions of, did I tighten that? Raced through my head. My wife had her heated blanket as I lay there still. We had just settled in for some Netflix and chill. When out on the driveway there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what the hell was going on. Away to the garage I flew in a fit, but I tripped on a floor jack and yelled, "Ah, shit!" The moonlight on the paint of my DeLorean's hood had the luster of decent paint, like on the Ferrari. That's good. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a train of exotic sports cars with a driver just near. He was a greasy old feller, lively and quick. I thought in a moment, it must be that hippie one street over. I think his name was Nick. More rapid than racers, his cars they all came, and he honked and blipped throttles and called them by name. Now Porsche, now Ferrari, now Ford and Chevrolet, on BMW, Pantera, and Aston Martin from the UK. Gears chirped into second and again into third. I just sat there staring, at a loss for words. The smell of E85 lingered thick in the air, and the marks of burnt rubber on my driveway were there. So into the street, the marquees how they flew. It was a kick-ass custom sleigh pulled by cars with St. Nicholas too. And then all the revving I heard in the garage, the distinct double clutch of a red Viper made by Dodge. As I poked out my head, he was finding a place to park, and into my shop St. Nicholas walked. He was dressed like a racer from his head to his foot, and his race suit was tarnished with oil and brake soot. A bundle of car parts he had flung on his back. He looked like a mechanic, opening up his tool sack. His eyes how they twinkled like welding sparks, how quaint. His cheeks were like chrome and his nose like metallic paint. His dry calloused hands drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as LED headlights glow. The exhaust from the tailpipes I could smell in the air. All this noise I was sure to have the cops called on me, but I didn't care. His smiling face as he looked at me and grins, he shook when he laughed, the way a high-revving V12 spins. He was chubby and plump, a jolly street racer, and I gave him a fist bump like a barn-find car chaser. A wink of his eyes was like the sparkle of night stars, and I knew that this old fella really loved cars. He spoke not a word and delivered his treats. He filled the glove boxes, the trunks and bucket seats, and then laying his wrench aside of his nose, he gave a quick nod, and into his car he arose. The cars they all fired, making all the right sounds, and away they all drove, headed out of town. How he yelled over his shoulder as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you so much for the support over the last year. Be safe. We'll see you in 2024.